I, you know that contact centers have invented a language that nobody understands, including the people using it. I mean, take this one. Single pane of glass. It's a lovely phrase, isn't it? Sounds impressive, sounds strategic even. Well, what does it actually mean? Well, apparently it means simplifying the agent desktop, which somehow results in 44 flashing lights, 17 tabs, three different CRMs, and knowledge base from 2009. And frankly, enough notifications to confuse an ambidextrous juggling fighter pilot. At which point, I do wonder, is this still a single pane of glass? Or is it now technically a greenhouse? And then somebody comes along and adds another monitor. So what is it now? Is that double glazing? But does it matter if the mouse actually travels from one screen to the next? See, nobody asks the important questions. Nobody says why or so what. And then we move on to one of my favourites, first contact resolution. I love this. What does that even mean? Is it my first contact? Is it the first person I spoke to? Is it the first channel I used? Because if I've spent 4 hours chasing for an Amazon parcel and I find out that I've been transferred 6 times, I've spoken to three different departments, I've had a lovely chat with a chatbot called Ethan, but eventually I did get the answer. And apparently that's still SEO. It's wonderful. Technically, it was successful. Emotionally, it was catastrophic. And then there's customer effort. I mean, who defines customer effort? Maybe I enjoy navigating your IVR. Maybe it's like a little escape room to me. Press 4 to continue your emotional journey, kind of thing. Maybe I'm avoiding washing the car because my wife's given me a to-do list that, quite frankly, your complaints process is buying me valuable time from. So when you send me that CSAT survey afterwards, how exactly do you know what I'm scoring? Is it your service? Or is it my successful avoidance of that domestic responsibility? And then that brings us to Net Promoter Score. Now, most of my clients that I serve are in the British market. And in the British market, people do not give 10 out of 10 for anything. You could send a world famous supermodel to their house, offer them shoulder massages, solve their issue instantly, and give them 6 months free service. And they'll still go, very good, probably an 8. Because in Britain, there's always room to improve. It's basically a national identity thing. But moving on, then we have coaching. Oh, yes, coaching. Now, there are brilliant coaches out there. And let's be honest, most team leaders will never coach themselves. So what happens? Well, telling people what they did wrong, that's not coaching. That's just criticism with a spreadsheet. It's like drawing a picture of a goal and handing it to your striker and saying, hey, bud, why don't you try putting the ball in there a bit more often? There's no guidance, there's no support, no development. And then finally, there's the big one, clock per hour, commoditizing people, reducing customer experience to spreadsheets and rate cards. And every time somebody suggests something different, like outcomes or embedded partnerships or expert led models, you hear the same thing. Clients don't want that. Well, really? Have you asked them? Have you explained it properly? In fact, do you actually understand it? Or are we just comfortable selling the same thing we sold 20 years ago? Because if the industry is honest with itself, the status quo isn't good enough anymore. In truth, it hasn't been for years, in my opinion. Yeah. Not since Rick Parfitt died, really. For decades, we've talked about customer obsession, quality differentiation, value led partnerships. But when quarterly pressures arrive, most businesses retreat straight back to cost. And that's the crossroads that the BPO industry now sits at. We genuinely have an opportunity to shape things better, smarter, more valuable, more human. I honestly just wonder whether we've got the nerve to do it.